Hey guys, it's Angry Admin here, and we are continue to build our Homelab. And today is this exciting time that we are going to install vCenter server. Let's do quick recap what we did so far. So far we deployed 2 Esxi hosts and 2 VMs. One based on Photon OS, one is a Windows OS. Both VMs are serving as a DNS server. Now, DNS is not necessary to have. You can skip that videos. You can work only on IP addresses. However, as I want to mimic the production environment, the real life environment, I have DNSs. And the one DNS is enough, of course, if you want to go that way. Anyway, what we need for today is an vCenter server ISO, and you can get the ISO from VMware website. Just go there, register for free, and download your version. Okay, to install vCenter server, we don't need our Esxi host. We don't do this from here. We need to open our ISO file. In the ISO file we have VCSA UI installer, and as I'm working on the Windows machine, we click to the Win32 and installer. Now, as you can see, there's a few options. We are interested in the install option, but if we have, let's say, vCenter 6.7, we can upgrade it. We can migrate vCenter, or we can do the restore from the backup. For today's video, we are going to install a new vCenter server. And of course, as you know, with the vCenter Server 7, the external platform service controller has been deprecated. Okay, so on this page we click next. We have to read, of course, and agree for terms and conditions. Click next. Now, this is the question for Esxi host or vCenter server name. So what they're asking us here is, where do we want the vCenter to be deployed? Okay, so I will use fqdn for my host. Let's say the host number 1. The one thing to mention, I changed domain name to angrysysops.local because angrysys.com caused me a problem during the name resolution. Angrysysops.com is my domain registered somewhere else, and my website is hosted over there. So, and this machine has a connection to open world, and that causes kind of problems. Therefore, I changed the domain name to angrysysops.local to avoid confusion. Okay, that's just a digression. Now we need to put a username, which will be root, and the password. Now let's click next. We have to accept certificate. And you see, this is the problem. A problem occurred while logging in. Cannot complete log into the incorrect username and password. And I know that I misspelled the password, which is good because you can see not everything is going smoothly. And you can ask, what password? As I put here a host, Esxi host, this is the password for host. This is the username for host, which is root, and the password for Esxi host. Let's click next. And we are in. Now, VM name. So this is my vCenter server name, and I have prepared it Okay. And I will put here FQDN also. Now, you see, I made a mistake because it's local. Okay, let's set the root password. Click Next. And for my environment, the tiny deployment is just right. So let's click Next. Now, this is the local store. I will enable thin provision, which means that the space is not pre-allocated. As you can see, a thin provision disk does not pre-allocate all the space specified for the disk. Okay, so let's click Next. And now we need to choose a network, IPv4 static FQDN, of course. .local IP. So the mask is 24, the gateway is 192.6.1, and again that settings has to be your own network settings. Yes, 68.1.53, and the HTTP and HTTPS port stay as they are. So let's click Next. And this is the summarization page, and this is the stage 1. So once the stage 1 finish, the system will try to connect to the vCenter over port 5480 and continue with the stage number 2. So let's say if I put the Angry sysops VCSA APS01 Angry sysops.local for the gateway DNS, and let's click Finish. Now it will take a few moments, so I will be back once that stage is finished. Okay, and now we see that we have successfully deployed the vCenter. And to proceed with stage 2 of deployment process, we need to just click on the continue. So let's do that. Okay, let's click Next. Now we just enable SSH access. And we synchronize with the ESXi host for now. Let's click Next. Okay, now we have two options. We can create a new SSO domain or join an existing one. I don't have existing one, so I will create a new one, and I will create a vSphere.local. And username is of course administrator, and the password. Once we have those things, let's click Next. I will not join for now the program, and we are ready to complete. Finish. Now the warning says that you will not be able to pause or stop the installation, and let's do it. Let's click OK. Okay, now I can see that the stage 2 is completed, and you see the link. This is the access to our starting page, and we can close it now. Now this is the access to. Before I do that, as you can see on my workstation panel, this is my 2 ESXi host, but in this place I'm accessing the ESXi host number 1, like logging to the host, so it's a root and a host password. And we can see our vCenter, vCenter is there. So now let's have a look, let's try to access it. Okay, and let's put username and password. And we are in. Great. So let's add some hosts now. This is the vCenter server. Right click on it and we go for new data center. If you want, you can add the folders, but on this stage data center is okay. So it's new data center, and the name, let's say ASO virtual data center. Click OK. And now we can do the cluster. So let's say it's the cluster number 1 main, and we will switch on DRS and high availability and click next. Finished. And we can add now host. Now once we add a cluster, we have this quick start menu, and let's do that. As you can see on that page, we can add host by IP or FQDN. Myself, I prefer FQDN. And the password is, this is for root and ESXi password. And I add another host, which is my host number 2. And I will use the same credentials for that host because they are the same. Okay, let's click next. Let's click OK. What's the warning? That's okay. It just warned us that this host has 2 powered on VMs. That's okay. Let's click next. And let's click finish. Okay, we can see in the task the progress over here. Okay, and let's see the cluster configuration. Let's go for configure. Okay, on this stage, let's just click configure network settings later. Go next. We can switch on the virtual machine monitoring. What TRS level? Let's set up a full automated. We have also partial automated or manual, could be full automated. Lockdown mode, please strict. NTP server, I will add later on. And EVC mode, we don't need that. So let's click next. And finish. Okay, and let's have a look on our hosts. Let's exit from maintenance mode. Okay. And as you can see, I have the information that the host currently has no management network redundancy. Yes, that's true. I have only one NIC, and that's how it will be from now on. That's our network topology. We have vMotion. We have a vMotion network, and let's check on the node number 2 with the same network. So now pay attention. As you know, I have only local data store. Yes, so there's no shared storage, and the host number 1 currently holds all the VMs. There's no VMs on the host 1. There is one, this VCLS VM. This is VM managed by vCenter itself. It's created by vCenter and it will be powered on and off by vCenter. So don't mind this one. But all my VMs, including vCenter, are on the host 1. Now, let's have a look on the ASO DNS AP001. So if I highlight this and just right click on it, let's go to migrate, and let's change both compute and storage. We choose the host number 2, local storage, and the same network. And as you can see, that destination is host N002 and the local storage N002. Let's click finish. And it's relocating. And guys, this is very important. This is VCP exam questions. Can you do vMotion without shared storage? And the answer is, as you can see, yes you can. Look, VMs gone, and it has been relocated to host number 2. Okay, one more time. It's on the host 002. Right click on it, migrate to 1. Now look, this is the storage, local storage from host number 1. Next, finish, and look at the tasks, and it's going through. There you are. And as you can see, that's disappear and appear on the host number 1. But let's do this last time. Let's try to move VM which is powered on. So let's migrate. No, we cannot do it because that's ISO connected to that VM. It's not because it's powered on. That's because it has an ISO power still connected. So we do the edit settings and we do the client device. Okay, we'll see if that will work for us. Yes, there was no locked. Yeah, it looks like it's okay. And let's check migration. So next, it's sitting on the host 1, so it's going to host 2. Okay, local storage 2. Okay, and finish. It might take a longer time because it's powered on. Let's have a look. Okay, and the VM has been migrated, and as you can see, it's on the host number 2 now. It's gone from the host 1. It took significant time, but it is doable. And okay, guys, that's everything what I have for you today. I hope you learn something new or you refresh your memory. And if you have any questions or comments, please leave them down below or chat to me over the Twitter. It's @AngrySysOps. Visit my blog, angrysysops.com, not local, and join my new Facebook group, which is called VMware Knowledge Base. In the next video, we will do some tweaks. Maybe we will have a look on the networks, or maybe we will install VROPs and log inside it. We'll see. If you want something to add to the lab, please let me know and we will make it happen. Okay, bye.